Every kiss is a wonderful and memorable experience, especially when you kiss someone you like and the person seems to like you. However, I could never have anticipated that the kiss between me and a hot boy would turn me into the victim of a kidnapping. So weird, right? Hello, I'm Jennifer, 17 years old, the American citizen. My father is a painting trader. His job is to buy artworks by talented artists and sell them to billionaires who are passionate about painting. Because of my father's work, the family is constantly moving around the world. It's also not good to go to different countries all the time. I have almost no contact with anyone other than my parents. We couldn't stay anywhere longer than 3 months. I had to study by studying at home. Great, as a dead end to my social life. When I was 16, my father suddenly developed heart disease, and he was forced to retire. We returned to the small town where I was born, and my parents began settling down there. My mother decided to send me to school. God, that scared me so much. I have never made friends before. Just thinking of having to meet countless strangers is enough to make me tremble. But going to school made me realize that I was very beautiful. Or at least, most people in my new school think so. I don't know anything about fashion or makeup. I'm worried that people will think I'm a weirdo. I'm scared to think about having to talk to someone. However, I understand that if you are beautiful, everything becomes easy. I didn't need to start a conversation with anyone. They all came to talk to me. And when I talked about my past, they all admired it. Dear God, is it possible to go around the world? So cool. Homeschooling sounds good. And the fact that I never had friends made them want to be my friend. Then suddenly I saw the most handsome guy I ever met and everything else disappeared. I went to many places and saw a lot of people, but for me, that guy is the most perfect person in the world. To think someone like him lived in this small town? His name is Janus. He looked at me and smiled, and I could only stand there staring at him like an idiot. But right after that, reality slapped me a pain that I didn't want it to happen at all. A beautiful girl walked up to him and took his arm. They look like a couple from the sight of them, so beautiful and happy to be together. This has made all students in the school attentive. Her name is Martha. What a sad name. I will remember this whole life. Right from seeing me, she considered me a threat. She came to me, looked at me from head to toe, and said, "Ew, the clothes you wear look very old. Maybe it's designed from 1970? The whole corridor was silent. She smiled happily and waved her hand. Everyone immediately scattered. What the hell? Who is this girl? I was angry but could do nothing. Shortly after, I know Martha is the most popular girl at school and is Janus's girlfriend. Despite having a girlfriend, Janus showed great interest in me. He came and talked to me over and over again. My heart is very happy. That afternoon, when I passed him and Martha, he invited me to a party tonight at his house. How can I say no to him? And it was obvious that Martha was annoyed thinking that I would go to Janus's house. And in my mind, I thought of revenge for her for what she told me. That afternoon, after school, I went straight to the most beautiful fashion store in the city and bought an absolutely gorgeous dress. Just wait, Martha. Then you will know mine. I wear a new dress for the party. As soon as I entered, the exclamations, "Wow, oh my God," kept on ringing. And how valiant Martha's expression upon seeing me is. She gaped and speechless. But Martha is the highest performing person in the school. She is not stupid. She immediately understood that I was trying to show off and planned to deal with me. She smiled and actively talked to me. "God, you are so beautiful. Sorry for the words this morning." I have no doubt her attitude changed completely. I want to make more friends than the enemy. At that time, I got caught up in stories with her and couldn't think of anything else. As I spoke to Martha Chan, I caught sight of Janus's gaze on me, signaling me to follow him and disappearing behind a door. I took the reason to go to the toilet and followed him. The door leads to a row of corridors, displaying lots of paintings. Trust me, when you are the daughter of a painting trader, you will also be able to value a good picture, and I know for sure that those paintings are worth a fortune. When I was overwhelmed by the pictures, Janus came and hugged my waist. We looked at each other passionately, then he bowed and kissed my lips. When our lips meet, oh my God, I feel so blessed. The whole world seems to stop. Until a flashlight flash. I was startled and pushed Janus away. Only then did I see Martha standing nearby. She smirked, holding the camera. She took Janus's hand and pulled him away, leaving me alone in the bewildered corridor. The next day, the picture I kissed Janus was posted all over the school. Martha called me the boyfriend stealer. Everyone's attitude completely changed. Nobody wanted to talk to me anymore. I lived in isolation throughout the term. I tried to ask Mom to go back to homeschooling, but Mom didn't agree. It was a terrible time. I tried to spend all my time studying to forget the loneliness. By the end of the semester in school, I had good grades in most subjects. If I had a better score on math, the final test, than Martha, then I'd be the best in school this term. That day when I was walking to school, a car rushed to me and nearly hit me. I fell to the ground and two masked men jumped into the car and took anesthetic on me. I was kidnapped. When I woke up, I was in an old and empty warehouse. My hands and feet were tied, and my mouth was covered with a towel. I tried to scream, but it didn't work. I desperately burst into tears. The door opened, and the light coming in made me dazzle. After a while, I could clearly see the person who entered was Martha. She walked up to me and smiled cunningly. I was scared to try and move, but couldn't. In a panic, I pulled my legs back and used all my strength to kick her. She fell to the ground. When she stood up, her face burned with anger. She rushed to slap me. "I will tell you what happens when you dare to confront me," she said, and pulled out a knife. As soon as I saw the knife, my heart stopped beating. She slowly brought the knife close to my neck. I was terrified, peaked trying to explain, and when I felt the cold of the blade touch my neck, my God, my soul was drained away. As soon as things could go further, the warehouse door once again opened. The policeman and my mother and Janus ran in. My mother came running to hug me and cry. I trembled in my mother's arms and cried. The policeman took me home and said that Janus was the one who reported the news. "Thank you," I said, and turned to try to enter the house, but Janus pulled my hand. "Actually, Jen, the one I like is you, but my family owed Martha's father a large amount of money, so I was under her control. I know maybe you won't forgive me, but I'm really sorry." I looked at him, and how could I be angry with the guy I like after he saved me and apologized sincerely like that? Then I suddenly remembered the paintings in Janus's house. "Why does your family owe so much money? Do you own paintings that cost millions of dollars?" "Huh? You mean the paintings my grandfather painted?" God, his family is holding a treasure without realizing it. With just a few phone calls, my father sold Janus's family's 3 paintings at a price just enough for Janus's family to pay off the enormous debt. Today is Martha's court day. Janus and I went to court, holding hands to listen to the court's ruling on her. She will be in the juvenile detention center for 5 years. And I'm free to be with the guy I like and likes me. Life is fair. What do you think of Martha's quote? Is that price enough for her? For me, I live happily now with my love, and Janus now has a better life than before because he paid off his debt with his grandfather's paintings. Please leave your comments on your thoughts.